I know this is slightly outdated, but I react to at least season 6 episodes the morning of the broadcast, whereas the YouTube releases come later, of course. But still, I think it rings true if you're watching this live or whatnot anyways. But whenever a show goes on a break, especially for me, especially with the fact that it's amplified with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also not being on the same week as the 100 took a break, I feel like this absence, and it sucks because I didn't have much to record with this week, so it felt like it was a lazy week and all of that. And people could say, well, at least you could capitalize on a small break yourself and all of that. But I don't want a break, which is a bit dangerous for me to say because, you know, you could run the risk of burning out. But I was motivated to record, and yeah, so if you get what I mean, yeah. I was just motivated. I was like, come on, I want to record something, and yeah, I don't have squat, so yeah. But it's back, and I mean, there would be no absence for, like I said, these YouTube recordings. But for me, it is back, so I can be rejoiceful. But that's not the only thing I could be rejoiceful over, because of the fact that a few days ago, from my perspective, Eliza and Bob married, shooketh the world, and I do wish them the happiest marriage. Yeah, it's just so surreal to think of even to this day, because I don't think anyone saw the signs coming, and voila. So yeah, but hello everyone, Liam Catterson here. We are on episode number 6 of the 6th season of the 100, which is called Memento Mori, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is, because I think I saw the title on Twitter a few days ago. But yeah, last time we left off, Josephine offered Murphy the chance of immortality after we're focusing on Murphy's fear of dying or fear of going to hell and all of that. So Josephine's going to take advantage of that, which is great. Bellamy knows the truth, and yeah, Josephine took care of him and all of that, so that was great. But yeah, we got a really, really great episode going into the first, I guess, the first rebirth of Josephine. So yeah, it was a really, really insane episode, and I can't wait to go back into this show. So with that said, let's just delve right back in to the 100 season 6 episode 6 extended reaction will be up on Patreon. So with that said, let's go.
Not bad. Maybe you do pull this off.
She's gonna muck up on one occasion. Oh no, that's not good.
That would be Maddie.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, your kid.
Your daughter.
Consider it a dress rehearsal.
Up. Easy, killer. First, you get me past Abby, and then I wipe my friends. No, I'm not letting her suffer. Maddie, wake up. Hey, wake up.
Clarke?
Oh my god, it's so scary how, like, how she can pose as Clarke.
No, it was a memory.
But it wasn't real.
You know that's not true. It is real for her, and ripping her out could
Well, now that you told her, that takes away the illusion.
You know what's so with Riker. You let him go alone?
Okay, wait a second. Back up, Clarke. You expect us to continue to play nice?
After this whole shtick revelation.
No, I'll figure it out myself.
Raven, I know this is
Might be a bit
hard,
risky, Raven.
but we've all done things that we're not proud of to survive.
I haven't.
Oh.
Fine.
You'll have your time. I was just gonna think, like, this episode should have been called Memento Mori.
I'll send Jade to keep an eye on her.
Can still work, people.
You have until then to get him on the side of the angels.
The angels being us.
We're all the hero of our own story, John. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sure your villainous mind thinks you're doing good.
Follow Echo.
Ugh.
But she did. She cared about all of us.
How he sounds. Oh my god.
Here.
That defeated feeling from Bellamy.
Oh, you were right. We don't need them to help us build our own compound. We kill them all, and we take theirs.
There's blood right now.
I'm assuming it's aging her, like,
Good choice.
temporal.
There's medicine. But to get it, we need to go back to the place where it happened. I'll give her 3 hours tops before the time dilation reaches her brain. And she's dead.
Holy shit.
Fine.
So it's
Then
all
you
a
take
case
me
of
to the
reversing the
old man and
polarity.
your bed.
You're Riker the Ninth now, though, right? 8 bodies. How old were you when you snatched this one?
206.
Oh, look at
Dang.
that reactor now.
Item number 1 on our list.
It's kind of, you know what? It's actually reminding me of the Time Lord body.
Please. Mercy. They're inside me.
Ah, no. Last season was worms. Chase, just...
No!
Come on, Echo! These guys are messed up.
You gun place stay on drop.
Ow. But... Echo did right. He was in agony. It's not like he was a criminal. But he was in their eyes.
Another plan? Is that what you want? Is that what Monty would have wanted?
Monty! Listen to me.
Wrong wording.
Would be ashamed of you.
Monty would absolutely not have any of this.
Maybe he would be. Or maybe he'd see that this is how we do better.
But it's morally wrong. Miracle juice. Nice.
Where on Hera?
Yeah, where are they? They couldn't get the actress who plays Lexa. Oh no, it's bad.
No. You're a liar. Flamonde like
I don't
And I like
I have a feeling he's not, but
Flamonde like Ishona. And I like
not
Flamonde.
Gaia.
Flamonde like Ishona. And I like Flamonde.
Oh no. Ah, the chains.
What if I told you the Primes had a way to save Kane?
Bitch, you better
Do it.
step off.
You'd have to turn him into a nightblood first.
You can't.
What are you talking about? Come inside and I'll show you.
Oh no. And I'm not losing the actor who plays
Call
Kane.
it a miracle. And I know you blame your addiction for what happened to Kane.
She's using all of the kryptonites.
I'm afraid of what will happen to you if you lose him too.
Oh my god. She's playing this perfectly, and I hate it, but I love it.
Okay, I'll do it.
No! No! My god, stop! Eliza playing Josephine is just scary.
200 years.
Damn. Memory, the hard drive's been wiped. Oy. It's literally that as well. And it sucks.
Ask you a question?
Just gonna take
Is
him
this
along.
your
But
last body?
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
think so.
ah. It would have been great if he took the hint and yeah.
Clarke said Bellamy went to scout. No one knew I was coming out here except for my people.
Time to spill the beans.
Knew she was a Nightblood.
Bingo, Echo.
Thank you for being truthful. I'll come back for you if I'm in time.
She's not being completely good on Echo. Holy shit! I'm loving her more and more.
We didn't consider the consequences.
For God's sake.
Be quiet.
Maybe you should just let the man speak.
Shut up,
Murphy.
I think you should hear him out. I think we can trust him.
Violence is all they know.
You are an
What
absolute
you need and
bitch.
But let the violence end here. An eye for an eye.
She takes advantage of the body. She's taking advantage of Bellamy's vengeance.
Just like it called me.
Ooh. So Octavia's the chosen one, basically.
I guess we better see what the hell this anomaly wants.
You're all connected. All swirlies. All that swirlies. Awesome.
I have something to tell you.
No child should be told their parents dead. Josephine's a bitch. Josephine's a complete bitch.
We can get through this together.
You won't.
No! As your commander, you are hereby banished.
And I think I'll have no choice but to obey your command, and you need my help now.
I said go!
Uh-oh.
Shut up. Tell I had a flag ima opogeda.
Kill them all. Somebody just gonna come crashing through the wall saying, "I'm here to kill you, bitch."
I will not let you die in this war.
She's prison. Oh my god, she's on the. Last image she saw was of Belle, just saying, but I like that. Like, there's still embers of hope for Clarke to survive, but she's in prison. She can't get out and just annihilate Josephine. But not only that, it's her. Well, she's wearing the same clothes as she was on the day she was launched to Earth, and she's in her room on the Ark. This is awesome. Oh, but still, I mean, like I said though, I would not imagine that this would be the end for Clarke. Like this, I always believe in hope. Like, you can't get rid of Clarke. There's got to be somehow that she's got to come back. But to see Bellamy hurt like that, to tell Maddie that your parent is dead, it's gonna be heartbreaking. Even if there is hope, it's going to be heartbreaking to put yourself like to just see them being told this information, and for them to feel this hopelessness, as well as the fact that they can't retaliate and that. But Maddie's got different ideas, so yeah. She's going down this dark path. To be fair, though, I can't blame her. I can't blame her for retaliating. I mean, Bellamy has been told, no, you're not doing this. But Maddie, she's gonna. So, yeah. Oh, I'm excited to see Maddie retaliate. I have a feeling Russell's going to be the first one. Yeah. Because I thought Russell was going to get it in this episode. Like, oh, you're too weak and all of that. Because Russell's got a more moral side to him than Josephine does. And that weakness is going to get into Josephine's head, and it's going to be like, oh, well, I can't deal with this. You need to be taught a lesson. So, yeah. Oy. I have missed this show so much. Yeah, I've honestly loved that episode so much in terms of, like, how amazing it was. Like, I feel like this season is already in my top 3 of seasons in terms of the quality of the season. Like, it's just been so superb, and the tension throughout this episode has been absolutely great. We're in unfamiliar terrain, and we're still dealing with the idea on like, season 4, for example, dealt with the theme about doing, I would consider, draconic things in order to survive. And they are terrible things. What I really love about this season, though, is, like, you have certain members of the Primes, like Russell, like Riker, who is a bit put off with what they have had to do, but they did it in order to survive. And I think that's why I'm more bloodlust when it comes to Josephine, because she doesn't have any regrets. She's not feeling remorse. She's embracing this all throughout. Though she will be open to giving others the chance to join her and experience, you know, you're missing out on all of that. Whereas Russell does have guilt, as we saw in that confrontation with Bellamy before he tried to choke the life out of him, which is instinctive, and yeah, you just had a feeling that was going to go down. But at the same time, you look at people like Russell and Riker, and they bear similarities to Abby from Primefire. Well, when she tried to protect her people from Primefire, like when she radiated that Bayless, she had guilt as well. She consulted Kane about it, and she felt really shit with what she had to do. But it's in terms of survivability as well. So, yeah, but it's still pretty dark as well. And like I said throughout the reaction, I've just put this out on a tweet. It's basically the Time Lord bodies from Doctor Who. When you have regeneration, you have a new face. Your memories are still going to be the same, and that's present in the 100. You're still going to be the same person in the mind, but your face, your appearance, everything about you in your body changes after death. This is a way to survive death. It's like that. It's more darker as well, so because you're taking bodies and all of that. So yeah, you could have different actors play the same character. Like Josephine would be played. We saw Josephine as a different actor before, and now she is being played by Eliza Taylor. So it's kind of like that in my eyes. So yeah, it's weird to think about it, to be fair. Like the fact that it kind of does to me resemble Time Lord, the Time Lord bodies. So yeah. But not only that, Time Lords can body snatch anyways if they are out of regenerations anyways. So yeah, but it is kind of like regeneration. So yeah, but if worst comes to the worst, they do body snatch as well. So yeah, like the Master did, to be fair. But yeah, it was a really great episode. And I'm yeah, there is still life in Clarke. There is still a chance for Clarke to return. I had a feeling, but like I said in my just after the episode ended, like you do have this feeling, but it still sucks to see how heartbroken Bellamy is, to tell Maddie about the fact that her own mother basically is dead. So it's heartbreaking to go there. So yeah, but I was so mesmerized by the fact, oh, we're in the same room. We're in her old room on the Ark. Not just that, but I noticed she was wearing the same clothing as well. So I was just mesmerized whilst taking all the drawings in. There was Lexa, I believe. There was her mother. There was Bellamy at the end. It was just so mesmerizing. And it's funny. It gives you that rush, that adrenaline. Oh God, Clarke can come back, even though the characters believe that she's dead. So yeah, and I'm wondering if, like, because I had a feeling, like I said, I knew Clarke was going to return in some capacity, but I had a feeling they would leave that to the final episode or something like that. And it seems to suggest maybe not, because we're at the halfway point, so yeah. But then what's going to happen? Because Josephine is clearly the bigger evil, in my eyes, with how off the rails she is compared to Russell and Riker, for example. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe maybe it will affect Maddie, maybe? I don't know. It'll be, I mean, Maddie's got her own interesting story anyways, because, and what's funny is she was trying to perform a mind wipe of her own, albeit she was trying to eliminate a fraction of her connection to the commanders with the Dark Commander, but now that's taken a hold on her. And Maddie's now got her own thing going on. She's going to kill everyone at Sanctum, so yay-ish. But she's going to break the cycle, it seems, because she's going to end that immortality that they've been going about. So yeah, Murphy was a standout in this story, though, in my opinion, because we know that Clarke, Josephine told him, well, you can have immortality if you want, you just have to follow me. And we saw that pick up in this episode where Josephine was telling Murphy about what to do, and to gain information from Murphy, especially when it came down to Josephine confronting Abby, which we'll get to in a minute. But I think Murphy was a standout in this episode, and my favourite scene was him confronting Bellamy, which I'll get to again in a moment. But for this episode, Murphy, well, we know that he died, and that gave him a sudden realization. It scared him, going to hell, and now he's been tempted with this offer. All of those problems can go away. But there's always this common debate I always see on the internet when it comes to people who might want to wish they could live forever, like they might fear death, like I do, for example. And there's always people who are saying, even though you're immortal, you might wish yourself to be dead, especially when you see all those around you just falling. I mean, that's not the problem here, but you get the idea. Like, certain actions taken could make you wish you were dead, and I think that's the case here. Like, what is done to attain immortality on Sanctum is, especially if you're following Josephine's lead as well, is absolutely sickening. And we saw that, like, test between Riker and Raven in this episode today, where it's repulsive, and Riker was affected, but he's not exactly feeling chipper about the whole scenario. So choosing immortality might make you wish for death in this instant, especially done in the way of the Primes. And if you do end up wanting to be purged, what Murphy would do in order to gain immortality would stick with him, and knowing it's wrong, he would likely return to hell. So I think when he effectively middle-fingered Josephine is a good way of Murphy to put survival, that temptation of survival, because that's Murphy at the end of the day. So it's not like Murphy was a complete cunt when he decided to follow Josephine's word, because this is temptation. We're delving into Murphy's character. So yeah, and it's completely normal for Murphy to perk his ears at the chance of survival, because that's always been his enemy. A force to pull him away from survivability. And yeah, I really, really like how strong that was for Murphy today when he decided to basically middle finger that temptation of survival, because he will likely, because he's choosing his own heart, he's choosing a more compassionate, a more reasonable side, something that might say, well, you have a chance to avoid hell by middle fingering the immortality shtick. Because like I said, you could still go to hell if you choose the if you want death and you chose the immortality way. But if you choose what is right at the end of the day, you have a chance to redeem yourself in the eyes of, like, the afterlife. This is incredibly noble for you, especially with how I would say aggressive, like, in terms of your, like, how aggressive your need for survival is. So yeah, but I didn't want to go off on a tangent, especially in that scene where Murphy confronted Bellamy, because I'd be here, like I am right now, I'm discussing forever about Murphy's actions in the story, and it's been said before about his focus on survivability. That's why, you know, it's no surprise that he chose Clarke, Josephine's offer in terms of immortality. No surprise there, because survivability, Murphy, it's a match made in heaven. But it was a great episode focusing on him, because I did love his scene with Bellamy when Bell lectured about would this be what Monty wanted? And we've been there before, like Octavia choosing last season what was best for her own people in order to survive, in order to have a better life. But Monty didn't want that. Monty wanted a more peaceful way. And if Monty were here today, I think he'd have something to say about that. Whereas Murphy was adamant that maybe Monty would want this. Would he though? Because this is not exactly like this does come with consequences and all of that. And whilst this is like a union, I guess, this is not war and all of that at the end of the day, which is I mean, I can understand why Murphy said that, because it's survivability, and it's kind of union. Like they are offering people from Earth a chance to survive, and to be united, to be at peace. But it's a more vicious way. But you've also got to realize Monty has heart. He's a good kid. At the end of the day, so I don't think he would want that whatsoever. Because I did say, I mean, like, he didn't exactly follow Octavia when they wanted a better life. That's understandable with war, I guess, at the end of the day, like, in terms of, like, the discussion compared to what's going on right now might be a bit mute, because they're not exactly at war. They will be now, but this was, if anything, the opposite. But you have to follow morality at the end of the day, which is what Monty would do, I feel. So yeah, but I really, really liked how that discussion went as well, because with Monty and with Bell and Murphy, should I say? Because I think that was a wake up call for Murphy in terms of deciding what is the best option. So yeah. Josephine as well, piercing the emotional dagger in Abby's heart was a fun scene, especially seeing her stumble a few times and practicing and all of that. But it was just great, and it's just scary to see Eliza play Josephine. It honestly really, really is. She's doing a really good job at it, and I mean, it shouldn't be so sinister that she's playing Josephine playing Clarke. But because you're so used to her playing Clarke. But it is sinister when you realize this is, like, not natural to the character at the moment. So, yeah. But it was good to see Josephine crumple away Abby enough to the point where Abby has to fight, or, like, she might be lost again. Josephine reminded Abby, oh, you could fall off the addiction if you lose Kane. So I'm wondering if the actor for Kane is coming back. So yeah, unless someone has a way to intervene into Abby's quest before the worst does happen, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, like I said, the Raven Riker discussion was great, especially the sympathy behind Riker's past. We got into a bit of backstory behind him, where the initial transplant begun, and he was completely blindsided, and this is what I'm talking about. I do have sympathy for him, not with Josephine, because at least he does have a bit of compassion. It's still a bit shitty, isn't it, at the end of the day? You can understand why Raven's like, yeah, I'm not playing ball with you. Just because you got a sympathetic origin with this whole transplant situation doesn't mean you exactly ended it there. I mean, she even said, is this your last buddy? And then she said, thought so. It would have been a good opportunity to say, oh, yes, it is. because at the end of the day, you do lose your humanity. I feel like if you keep doing this, you lose what it means to like. I feel like at the end of the day, in a sense, you kind of lose like with what you are doing in order to gain this, you do also lose a bit of your humanity. So, yeah. But it all goes back to the 11th Doctor's exit speech. We all change when you think about it. So, not like that, Liam. But it was a good discussion to see between Riker and Raven. I really enjoyed that. As well as what was going on with Xavier, Octavia, and Dioza as well. And I really do love the connection, like the relationship between Octavia and Dioza. I really, really love like their interactions. It's always appealing. And I do like the fact that she is trying to steer Octavia away from basically being like her, like that Xavier comment indicated. But now they are the chosen ones with that spiral thing. So that's going to be interesting to pick up on in the next episode. But yeah, Octavia wasn't having the best of rides because she was aging. So that was really, really awesome stuff to see. But it was really, really... It did lead to a really, really great... It led to a really, really great road for the next episode with the spiral situation. So yeah, and again, the children of Gabriel are basically the lesser of two evils. If what Xavier's comment was true about Dioza's child, she would be given a shit life after their offer. Oh, we can keep your child here. To be fair, they didn't say anything about what kind of life she would be living, just that she would have a life at Sanctum. So yeah, but yeah, it was great seeing Octavia, Dioza, and Xavier together trying to fix Octavia's aging problem. Yeah, as well as Echo in this episode, which was really, really good. Like I said, I'm growing more to Echo. Like, she is becoming a character I can sympathize with. And I love how she was... see, this is the thing. Would she do this a few seasons ago? Because... some might argue that, like, I've seen a few comments saying, well, is she really that different to who she was, like, 6 years ago when we were talking about seasons 4 and 5? I've seen a few comments suggest that, but I'm just trying to think, would she be sympathetic to a god who is begging for mercy because he's been punished by Rose? Not Rose, that was the person he forgot to protect, that he didn't protect. It was Jade. Like... would she be sympathetic in ending his life because Jade wanted him to suffer? Not just that, though, but she gave Jade a taste of her own medicine, which I really, really loved, which led to her finding out about Bellamy, of course. So, yeah, I really, really loved this sympathetic side from Echo. But yeah, it was a really, really awesome episode, stuff to see. It was just great going, like, into Murphy's story in this episode and how he was choosing like how he was stuck between a rock and a hard place, basically, because it's either, okay, well, I can banish my fears about not living up to survivability, or I can sell my soul to the devil, because that's literally what it would be if I follow Josephine's offer. So that's how I see it, because you can have survivability, but the way you're taking it in this case is completely wrong, and it might make you wish you were dead, and you could end up being in hell because you took the deal of the devil. So yeah, but I really enjoyed this episode so much. It was really, really fun. Glad to get back on the 100 hype train, because like I said, I was missing this last week. I was like wanting to react to it, but I realized, oh yeah, the 100's not on. That sucks. What was I reacting to last week instead? Like I said, I don't think, because I did watch Buffy. Like, last week was not exactly a week where I didn't react, just I didn't have much to react to, whereas my usual week, especially coming up in the summer with Jessica Jones and Stranger Things, I'm going to be hectic for reactions. So I guess this is the calm before the storm? Yeah. But I was just, like, empty. I just had nothing, so... yeah, but yeah, I'm glad it's back. It came back strong, and I can't wait to see what happens now, because Maddie's off wanting revenge. Bellamy and Co are not exactly going to go for revenge, because that's not what Clarke would want. They would want to survive. And Clarke might survive. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the 100. But yes, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. And I will see you guys next time. Toodles!